Hello, everyone, and welcome to Your Story Hour. I'm Aunt Carol.
And I'm Uncle Dan. We're so glad you've joined us today because we're eager to share an exciting story with you.
This particular story is a study in selfless action on the part of two special teenagers who just happen to be twins.
We know Jody and Josh will win a place in your heart as Aunt Carol tells you their story called The Gold Medal Twins.
The Brewster twins, Jody and Josh, are as nearly alike as brother and sister twins could be. Both are blonde with green eyes and have freckles splotched across their noses. Both love sports, and for the past 3 years they've won the regional level ice skating competitions. They live with their parents in a farmhouse in central Illinois, which stands in the midst of endless fields of corn and soybeans. The Brewster family lives a very normal farm family life. Plenty of hard work, plenty of worries about the weather and payments on the equipment, and much laughter and joy. However, a problem situation is emerging, and the family discusses it over supper.
So like I was saying, Coach Sanchez thinks Jody and I should apply for the special training school.
Yeah, he thinks we have Olympic potential. I can't believe it. I'm so excited.
The school is especially set up for athletes training for competition. We can skate for at least 6 hours a day.
And they've got tutors to get us through our schoolwork.
Whoa. Hold on a minute here. This all sounds wonderful, but...
You know what last year was like, kids, and...
We've got to have a better crop this year, or I'm going to be in trouble with the bank. We still owe on the new tractor and all the seed for this year.
Yeah, Dad, I know. But I think Jody and I...
They say we're really good.
Oh, Bruce, wouldn't it be wonderful if they could make the Olympic team?
I have to admit, it does have a nice sound to it.
Maybe Josh and I could earn the money to go.
Hey, yeah!
How? You're both too young at 15 to get regular summer jobs.
But if we did get the money, could we go then?
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Bruce?
Well, I'd still need you to help some here on the farm this summer, Josh, especially during cultivating and harvest time.
Yeah, I know. But can we at least try?
Please?
Well, I give you two my blessing. I don't know how you're going to do it.
I'll help you as much as I can.
Really?
Thanks, Dad, Mom.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm also scared to death. Jody, how are we gonna do this?
From that moment on, Jody and Josh spent every spare moment exploring ways that they could earn money to accomplish their dream.
Well, let's see here. What have we got?
You read through the list, and let's talk about what we want to do.
Okay, first there's having a lemonade stand.
Too juvenile. Besides, we don't have a good location. Maybe if we lived in town. But even so, there's not enough money in it.
Okay, next there's babysitting.
That's a good one. We both know lots of kids whose parents work. And during the summer, they need someone to watch the kids.
But again, we don't live in town. That's a minus. Most successful daycare centers are in the city, where there are lots of people.
Yeah, but don't forget, we live only a half mile off the main drag into Springfield. I bet there's lots of parents who drive right by here on their way to work. Like Aunt Ellen. She'd probably be glad to have us watch Ginny.
Hey, cool. Okay, so babysitting is a possibility. Then there's cleaning people's houses.
Nah, we'd have to go into a big city for that.
Yeah, a big X through the cleaning business.
How about the mail order thing?
That might work. We could take orders from friends and make a profit on the sales.
Except for the membership fee. It's $250.
Yeah, except for the $250.
Maybe next year.
So babysitting it is. My brother, the babysitter. I love it.
So, Mom, Dad, what do you think?
Well, I must say, this is an ambitious plan.
I'm amazed. I'll bet you can buy some used toys really cheap at garage sales, and maybe we could convert the family room into a daycare center.
Hey, Mom, thanks.
And we've already got 2 friends who are going to help. We've sort of formed a babysitting club. When we need extra help, we'll hire them to help us.
You mean you've got friends who are going to work for you?
Right, it's called leveraging.
Leveraging?
Yeah. If you just work for yourself, you don't make as much. See, when you have other people working for you, you make money on what they make, too.
Mother, I think we just need to turn these two business tycoons loose and we can retire.
That summer, as soon as school was out, Jody and Josh began their babysitting business. They were busy from 7:15 in the morning when the first mother dropped off her child for babysitting until 6:30 p.m. when the last child was picked up. It was a grueling schedule, but they had a goal and they never looked back. They would make it to training school, they just knew. Besides, both Jody and Josh discovered they really enjoyed the children for whom they cared day in and day out. Jenny, their own cousin, was a special favorite.
I'm coming, Aunt Ellen. Hi, Aunt Ellen. Hi, Jenny.
Good morning, Jody.
Hi, Jody. See, I got Rosemary again.
Uh-huh. And is your dolly still sick today?
Yes, she's sick.
Well, maybe Jody here will take her temperature.
Josh is the doctor.
Well, whatever. Give Mama a kiss. See you later, darling.
Bye, Mama.
Bye, Aunt Ellen. See you tonight.
Bye, Mommy.
Come on in the playroom, Jenny.
Okay, kids, now listen up. This horsey's too old to give any more rides.
Come on, just one more ride. Please.
Hey, Eric, have a little mercy. Josh's hands and knees already have calluses on the calluses.
No kidding, look at him. Besides, it's time to rest. This old horse is tired now.
Rosemary is tired, too.
Well, let's say we put Rosemary to bed. Then we'll have some Kool-Aid out on the porch. Okay, everybody, line up. We're going to play Simon Says. Remember, you aren't supposed to do anything unless Simon says it.
All right now, I know I look like Josh Brewster, but I'm really Simon. And you have to wait for me to say Simon Says before you do what I say, okay? No giggling. Simon Says, no giggling. Ah, very good, very good. Simon Says take 2 giant steps.
1, 2.
Okay, now everybody turn around. Oh, you're all just too smart. Nobody moved. I didn't trick anybody.
You didn't trick us. We're too smart. Simon, is it okay if Rosemary just watches? She's not feeling very good.
Simon Says Rosemary can just watch.
I'm gonna sit under the tree with her.
Okay, Jenny. Come on, we'll go sit together. All 3 of us.
Okay, Jody.
Simon Says touch your toes. Okay, good. Everybody turn around.
As the weeks went by, Josh and Jody worked and planned and played with the children. By the middle of summer, they were babysitting so many children that the twins hired 2 of their friends full-time. Day by day, week by week, as their bank account grew, their dream of attending the special school and training for the Olympics edged ever closer and closer.
You know, Josh, I think we're gonna make it.
Well, I have to admit, I think you're right. Dad was telling me just the other night how impressed he is.
To tell you the truth, I never thought we'd be able to do it. It's hard to believe we've earned more than $3,000.
Yeah, I can't wait to start training.
Me too. I guess having to work so hard for it makes it seem even more exciting.
Jody, do you think Ginny's okay?
Jenny? Sure, I guess so. Why?
Well, I don't know. I just worry about Rosemary.
Come on, Josh. You're worried about a doll?
Yeah, no, I don't mean the doll exactly. It's just that Rosemary's always tired. Haven't you noticed?
Well, no, but now that you mention it, yeah, I guess she is.
Yesterday, Ginny told me that Rosemary was very sick, and Ginny sort of dragged around all day.
You mean she's trying to tell us that she really feels that way? That she's really talking about herself instead of Rosemary?
Uh-huh. I think Ginny's scared. I think she's scared to tell anybody how sick she feels. I think she's covering up what's really going on.
You think her leukemia's back, don't you?
I'm the doctor. At least Ginny says so. She's called me that ever since she was in the hospital before.
Oh, Josh, what are we gonna do?
I think we better tell Aunt Ellen. She might not have noticed since it's pretty late by the time she picks Ginny up. She might just think Ginny's tired out from playing all day.
Oh, Josh.
Josh and Jody's worst fears about Jenny's health were confirmed a few days later by the doctor. Aunt Ellen was devastated. Jenny's leukemia was out of remission. Aunt Ellen's tight finances were now stretched to the limit as she tried to provide the care Jenny needed, but it was an impossible struggle. Before long, Jody and Josh's mom and dad fixed up the spare bedroom, and Ellen and Jenny, unable to afford their apartment, moved in with the family. Josh and Jody watched as Jenny fought her difficult battle with cancer.
Hi, Josh. Mind if I join you?
There's plenty of room. Somehow, sitting out here in the evening helps me feel better. She's such a sweet little kid.
I know what you mean. I feel so helpless, too.
Poor Ginny. She's in the hospital half the time.
She's such a fighter.
Yeah, sort of like her own Olympic trials. She makes it, she's in. She doesn't make it, she's dead. It's a lot bigger contest than we'll ever face.
Josh, I've been thinking.
Hey, good sign. Very good sign.
Aw, cut it out. No, really, I think maybe there is something we could do to help.
Yeah? What?
Well, I heard Mom and Dad saying Aunt Ellen was behind on her car payments and the bank was going to repossess the car.
You're kidding. How would she be able to get to work? Or to take Ginny for her treatment? Aunt Ellen can't make it without that car.
Right. So I was thinking...
You were thinking about our money. The money we've earned this summer.
Are you mad? I hope you're not mad.
No, I'm not mad. Not at all. Sad, maybe, but I guess I agree with you. We can't keep the money for ourselves when Aunt Ellen needs it so much.
We could still practice on the pond when it freezes over, and there's always next summer. We can work again just like this summer. We'll just put off our plans for a year.
Yeah, and hey, we're not bad at this making money business, are we?
You've got it. Tomorrow morning, let's ride our bikes to the bank and pay up what's due on Aunt Ellen's car. We'll tell Mom and Dad what we've done in a few days, after we've recovered.
Yes, may I help you?
Well, yeah, I hope so. We're the Brewster twins.
Hey, I've heard of you. I watched your routine at regionals. Very impressive. And I understand you'll be in training school this winter. You two are quite the celebrities around here.
Well, I guess our plans have changed a little.
Yeah, we're not going this year. But, could we talk to you about something else?
Well, certainly. What do you have on your minds?
Well, we'd like to switch everything but $100 from our account to our Aunt Ellen's car loan account. Ellen Zimmerly.
Oh, yes, Ellen Zimmerly. Sorry about her daughter, Jenny. All right, let's see your passbook. But that's almost $6,000.
We know. Just switch it from our account to hers.
That's what we want.
Certainly. If you'll wait right here, I'll take care of it.
That evening at supper,
More mashed potatoes, Josh?
No thanks, Mom.
Jody?
Nope. How about you, Aunt Ellen?
No, thanks. But there is something I want. I want to say something.
What is it, Ellen? Not bad news about Jenny, I hope.
No, not at all.
Well, what is it? We're all curious.
Now, that's just the word. Curious.
Huh?
Yes, curious. That's what I was when I went to the bank this afternoon to talk to Mr. Kilsby. Imagine how curious I was when I discovered that my car loan had been paid in full.
What?
But I thought you were behind in payments.
So did I until today. Don't you think that's curious, Jody? Josh?
Well,
Come on, you two. I know everything.
Everything?
Everything. In fact, I know more than you do.
Huh?
What's going on?
I don't understand.
I'll explain everything in just a minute. But first, Josh and Jody, I have something for you. Here, Jody, open this envelope.
What's in it?
It's a passbook for a bank account.
With $1,000 in it.
Made out to us.
What?
What's going on?
Let me just say, for starters, that I have been blessed with the best niece and nephew on the face of this earth.
But what's that got to do with...
These two adorable teenagers went to the bank today, switched the money from their account, the money they've worked for all summer, and they've paid off my car loan.
What?
Josh, Jody, how can I ever thank you for your sacrifice? I know you love Jenny, but this is
This is unbelievable.
That's what Mr. Kilsby thought. He guessed that you two were throwing away your dreams to help me out, and he told everybody in town what you'd done. Within 4 hours, 4 hours, he collected $500 from the townsfolk to begin this special account in your name. He's hoping that more people will contribute so that maybe you can go to training school second semester.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
We're so proud of what you did.
After all the bad things that people say about teenagers, I just wish I could spread the news about what you two have done.
Aw, come on, Aunt Ellen.
Oh, yes, and Mr. Kilsby said to tell you that he'll be watching you in the Olympics. He said tell them to go for it. I want to see those two take the gold medal. They're going to be the gold medal twins.
The Bible says, "Cast your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will find it again."
Well, Aunt Carol, I guess Jody and Josh really understood the meaning of selfless love and what it means to gain a blessing by being willing to share.
Yes, Uncle Dan, I believe they did. And they also understood that anything worth having is worth working for. And they proved that young people can be very responsible.
And I think the Bible text at the end of our story applies to both ideas. It really means there is a cause and effect reaction to whatever we do in life. If we give of ourselves, if we are generous and kind-spirited, caring and persistent, God will make sure that the benefits of our Christian attitude return to refresh us and sustain us just when we need it most.
And of course, God's love is with us always.
True.
Well, Uncle Dan, it looks like we have time for one more story, a very short one, before we have to close today.
All right, do you have something in mind, Aunt Carol?
As a matter of fact, I do. I'd like to tell a story about Sara, a special little girl.
Of course, I'm sure everyone is wondering what makes Sara so special.
Well, Uncle Dan, that's what Sara was wondering.
Sara was wondering?
That's right. You see, Sara didn't think she was special at all. In fact, she was sure she was anything but special.
But you don't agree with her?
Most decidedly not.
And I'm sure you're going to tell us why.
As a matter of fact, Uncle Dan, I'd love to. And I think I'll call my story, Sara, the Special Kid. Sara Rogers was a lively 9-year-old with sparkling blue eyes and dark, curly hair pulled into twin ponytails. She had a brother, Ben, who was 6, and a baby sister, Jillian. Mom was a writer who worked out of a home office, and Dad was a carpenter who renovated old houses and made them look new again. They were a typical family, with typical problems and typical joys. But something was troubling Sara. One night, as she was working on her math homework,
Oh, I'll never understand these fractions. I just don't get how to do them.
What seems to be the matter, Sara? Math causing you problems again?
How come I don't understand it? Everyone else seems to, especially these fractions.
Well, maybe you just need to think of fractions in a different way.
Huh? What different way?
Well, let's see. I know. Do you have some pieces of bubble gum somewhere?
Bubble gum?
Uh-huh. You know, that stuff you used to blow bubbles that pop all over your face and get into your hair. I'm sure you must have some somewhere.
Yeah, I have some here in my book bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. But I don't understand.
Now, don't worry about that. Let's just put them in a line. Okay, now, you have 5 pieces of gum.
Yeah.
And let's say you give this one to your friend Mandy. So we'll just scoot that one over there.
So I have 4 left.
Right. You had 5 and now you have 4. What fraction do you have left? You had 5 and now you have 4. You still have 4 of 5.
Oh, 4/5.
Hey, nice going. And what fraction did you give away?
I gave 1 piece away.
Right, but can you say it as a fraction?
1 of 5, that would be 1/5.
See there, see how smart you are? You just needed to think of fractions as pieces of gum instead of numbers.
But everyone else seems to get it faster than me. I feel so stupid.
Stupid? Oh, no.
Really, Mom? Andrea gets A++ in everything she does. I don't think she's missed a spelling word all year long. She gets an A on every math paper.
Whoa, wait a minute here. Are we talking about the same Andrea that snubbed the new girl in your class because she wasn't wearing the right brand of jeans? The Andrea that argued with the teacher when she got an A- instead of an A+ on her science project?
Well, yeah, but...
Oh, no buts here.
But...
Nope. Let me tell you a story about somebody really smart and really special.
Somebody I know?
Well, you tell me when I'm all done.
Okay.
Once upon a time.
Oh, Mom, that's the way fairy tales start out.
Well, this is no fairy tale. Once upon a time, there was a very special little girl. She was such a happy baby that her mother once took a picture of her when she was crying.
Really?
Just because it was so unusual. As this little girl grew up, she loved dogs and ponies, and she loved to turn somersaults and cartwheels. In fact, her mother always said she was upside down more than she was right side up.
That sounds like me. I like gymnastics too.
Yes, it is a lot like you. Anyway, this little girl liked school pretty well, except she didn't get the best grades in the class. In fact, sometimes she felt, well, stupid.
Just like me.
Just like you. She didn't make bad grades, though. She made average grades. But since some of her friends made all A's, it made her feel really stupid when she compared herself to them.
I know the feeling.
Anyway, the thing was, she was really smart in lots and lots of ways that don't get grades.
What do you mean?
Well, I've never seen anyone get a grade in kindness, have you?
No, I guess not.
But if there were a grade for kindness, this little girl would have earned an A++. And you'll never see a report card that lists common sense or a happy spirit or generosity or...
Wow, I never thought of that.
And all of these things are very important. Maybe even more important in life than an A+ in history or 100 in math. Now, don't misunderstand. It's important to study hard and do your very best. But when it comes to being a grown-up, a good person, and someone who will help the world, then kindness, say, or compassion is way, way more important than graduating the first in your class.
What happened to the girl, Mom?
Well, one of the best things about her was that she never gave up. If somebody told her she couldn't do something, she'd just dig right in and prove them wrong. I could imagine that some of this girl's friends and some of her teachers would never imagine that one day she would go to college and even make the dean's list. And then she would get a master's degree to top it off.
Wow.
In time, she became a school teacher, and you can be sure that when any of her students were having problems, she remembered what it was like and gave them special help.
So she would understand about how hard fractions are for me, I guess.
I think she would.
So who was she, Mom?
I think you know her very well.
I do?
Because her name is Sara, too.
Sarah? Grandma? Is Grandma Sara?
You've got it. You're very special, just like your grandmother Sara. And someday you'll see that if you stay just the way you are, kind and loving and eager to learn, then you will succeed. just like Grandmother did.